one of these players moving on to the semifinals. And we are moving on to Shattered Temple. Let's introduce our players here on the east side of the map. As the green Zerg, he hails from Team Evil Geniuses. Give it up for EG IdrA. And his opponent, who took game number 1. Greg tied him up in game number 2. Recently coming back into the scene and coming back with some major waves. Give it up for our red Terran in the west. It's OGS, TheStC.
And IdrA, we've seen him against Hellion builds go for Roachling. That's the way he beat Thorzane earlier. So we may keep that in consideration for, Greg's arsenal. What is he going to do here? And especially if we do see that from the STC, that may be a very easy win. But I think the STC's seen how the tournaments unfold.
Right.
They're seeing that Zerg players are taking advantage. That's Stefano doing it as well.
Of course.
And so I don't think he will do that. But I don't know, is he going to play greedy? Is he not? Because the two different styles we've seen from him is game 1, ultra aggressive, game 2, ultra economy focused. So is he going to go in the middle this time?
It's a good question, and I think there's no doubt we do have the low ground racks, by the way, here from STC. Very common thing we see here on this particular matchup. It's not like ultra aggressive, but it does allow him to just get a little bit more of an advantage. It kind of makes up for the racks time change, as it just means less of a jaunt there for the first Marine. But then he can lift it back up into the main. It makes it a very safe thing to do. Meanwhile, IdrA with the hatch first, and I don't know. I kind of was with you in saying that certainly Greg's got to be thinking like, what is his plan here on a map like this?
I don't know, but I'm having a spider sense tingle of what the STC might be trying to do here, because I'm thinking of the way that IdrA plays. He plays Lings only, doesn't really get that early Baneling nest, like really early. Like double factory reactor would be really good against a player like IdrA, especially within this map where the natural area is relatively large as well. And IdRA's a guy that cuts corners, doesn't get double spine crawlers, and he does see it indeed, yeah. So he's going to know just to bring down a couple of drones here. And that kind of build would be pretty good here. We are going to see the factory go down. The barracks is going to get lifted up after the second Marine to go build a reactor, I'm sure, but we'll see how this does go down. The bunker's been placed. A couple of drones aren't really doing anything here.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to move on over, gets in a better position. This SCV is going to get taken down here. 5, 10, 2 more hits. There it is, 5, and the bunker is stopped. Marine does come up, so we just have a blocking bunker. I think Marine's going to go ahead and hightail it out of there. Meanwhile, drone coming back, second Marine on the way. And so since there's no follow-up SCV, he should be okay.
So we do have the reactor 3 thrown down onto this factory now. So we are going to see some Hellions out for sure. And I really am interested to see if he will go for that double factory. He's building up the gas to do so. He's at 66 currently. As it hits 100, that's the time he will be throwing it down. Meanwhile, IdrA got the gas a little bit later than normal because of that little pressure. And no, it isn't. The command center has been thrown down now to wall this off. So it looks like we are going to be playing pretty standard for the STC. And because the gas was that late, I don't think IdrA really has the timing to go for this Roach Ling anymore, because the gas should have been in a lot earlier. But we'll have to see how he does decide to play here. And there is the factory getting switched up. So 2 Hellions are in the making now and will start to go out, start to harass a little bit, deny creep tumors. 1 spine crawler is out though for IdrA to help defend.
And I didn't see if these Lings actually did poke up. Okay, they did poke up, saw the command center at the top as well. Only 1 Ling fell. Over on the other side, we're getting almost to 100 gas here for IdrA, inevitably start his speed and then see where he's going to go from there at that point, just kind of droning up. Did have the 1 spine crawler built early on, and are going to have the initial Hellions on their way out.
Oh, so he's got a Marauder in production here. So we may be seeing this Marauder Hellion push that is pretty strong, actually. I mean, it's kind of been recycled since early days in the betas. A lot of people used to do it there as well. 2 Hellions do get in, no speed, 6 Lings in production. I don't think he'll take too many drone losses here. He does have a Queen on creep and a couple of Lings as well. But scouting information is important to see how much gas has been mined, what time is the speed, and so on.
Yeah, forcing a few extra Lings is good in this position as well. He does want to drone up there. We got the second Queen coming up. The creep tumor does go down. And we do have a few more Hellions queued up here, a couple Marines, and as you mentioned, those Marauders going to be on their way too. And he gets the other Hellion that was already not, well, that was not low. Regardless, didn't kill anything.
This Overlord at the south side here will be able to eventually scout into the main base, but that's like at least a minute 30, 2 minutes away from getting there. So it's going to be a long time. Stim is now halfway done. Marauders are starting to move out as well. Doesn't want to reveal them just blindly here. And I'm really getting nervous here for IdrA because this kind of push is pretty deadly, especially against what IdrA, I was going to say what IdrA has, but what IdrA doesn't have, more importantly. He's taking all the gases now, he's going up for lair. He's playing his regular style 2-base Spire. And
this looks really, really nasty, Apollo. I mean, if you can deal with the Hellions in some fashion, he is have 8 Lings on the way. Lair is going down, but there are not a lot of units out. He's going to see a lot of Hellions. I think when he sees those Marauders, he's going to be saying to himself, oh my goodness, what is up? And there's the double Spine Crawlers going down. Going to immediately go after the one Spine Crawler, and IdrA's got to realize this is not a good situation. More Lings are on the way, but with the help of the Marines and of course the Marauders in the back is going to have to pull everything out. And will this early attack thwart IdrA here as he is trying to defend this natural? The Queen's doing a great job here, and IdrA holding on quite well.
Oh, he transfuses as well.
Nice. Wow.
And he has enough Lings now. I'm sure he has enough Lings to walk over this. He has to be careful though. Spine Crawler's about to finish. It looks like he's just about to hold on to this. Lings are coming in. The Spine Crawler's going to help out a lot though. He did at the same time flank with about 4 Lings or so and killed quite a few SCVs on the natural. So it's not looking too bad for IdrA right now. More Lings are in production. 4 drones have been killed. 4 SCVs have been killed. Pretty cool.
Bane, yeah. Baneley Nest. Oh, he's going to march up into the main. These Zerglings too managed to stop it there at the top, but there is still a lot of units making their way in. The weaker Queen is going to go down here, and there are a lot of drones that potentially need to get pulled here, and a lot of Hellions could do some more damage. More Lings on their way out. The Spire is only halfway done as well. He's going to have to engage with these drones. A lot will die. The Queens are going to come back in, and that sneak into the main may have been a way to get right back into this game. So many drones have been lost. 31 now after making their way into the main.
He has no production right now, and now things are getting pretty tough for Greg. I mean, he's down at 16 drones versus 28. He's going to kill this off, but to what end? I mean, your opponent's mining on 2 bases. He's got double orbital command. The thing is that he does have 700 gas mined up. The Spire's about to finish, so he can build 7 Mutalisks, which could turn this around. He could start to harass, but he does just GG here. Doesn't feel like it's possible.
Well, I mean, 700 gas with the amount of drones that he had, it would have taken 2 days to get 600 more minerals. So, that was actually a really, really, really strong attack from TheStC. IdrA handled it nicely off the start. It's too bad he didn't have that 1 or 2 extra Spine Crawler, but it is the TheStC who moves on. And EG IdrA, unfortunately, is eliminated from the competition.
Yeah, and he has performed so well in the competition, especially with his delays in terms of his jet lag and so on. He has performed really well there. But I really don't think that... I mean, it was really a close decision to leave that game, though, because at the same time, the TheStC did cut a lot of SCVs, but then you can argue the point of the mules can easily catch up and push him even more forward.
Yeah, I'm not, when you get to, I see that Apollo's currently reviewing the replay to see. I'll be curious to see what the actual drone count is after that main base assault, because I have to imagine there was nothing left in the main at all. So whatever was left, that's what he's going to...
I mean, the biggest problem I can see is that, he pulled the 3 Queens down, so he was missing lava injects, and he just couldn't get the kind of boost of units out there to deal with that second wave. And just as the game leaves, it's down to 18 drones versus 28 SCVs, so there's that 10 deficit with mules as well. But it looks like the TheStC's next wave, he can very easily go over and keep producing Marines, can add on a lot of stuff. It would have been difficult for Greg nonetheless.
So congratulations, let's give it up for both the players in that match. These games are just getting more and more intense, no doubt about it, Apollo.
The next game, the next series, though, I'm sure you guys are excited for it. Stefano is coming out, going to be playing against Inori. That's going to be a pretty cool game to observe.
I mean, arguably 2 guys that you could say are the freshest face at a large international tournament, now finding themselves in the round of 8. One of them will be in the semifinals. Like, that's pretty awesome. And it also goes to show just how diverse the talent pool is that is competing in StarCraft 2, the fact that it is not easy for any one person to continue to take championship after championship, that true champ has not been born quite yet. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining us for that particular matchup. We're going to send Anna out, and I believe we've got an interview with our winner, the STC. Anna?
Well, you know, you guys, we've been joking about how much I really like pro gamer nameplay, right? It should be pretty obvious. I just got a doozy from Twitter. FXO actually tweeted, and especially I think it's appropriate now that STC has just taken this match, that you know that Aretha Franklin song, R-E-S-P-E-C-T? OGSTC, huh? 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 All right, let's bring him out. OGSTC, come on out. And we want to hear both of you, okay?
Okay.
So tell me a little bit, I mean, you just beat IdrA, who obviously is a well-loved player here, and you played strong against him. How are you feeling about that victory?
지금 참 그 미국에서 인기 많은 이드라 선수 이겼는데 지금 기분 어떠세요?
일단 해외 팬분한테 볼거리를 하나 좀 뺀 것 같아 죄송하고요. 근데 너무 잘하는 선수인데 이렇게 이기게 돼서 너무 기뻐요. 잘하는 선수라서 너무 기뻐요.
I'm sorry that I took away something from foreign fans that they really wanted to see.
No,
But-
we're okay with it, right?
But I'm still really glad I beat a very good player.
Well, we know you've just come back and you were in military service for a while. How is your training going? Are you feeling really strong after that time off?
지금 그 군복무 마치고 다시 그 선수로 재기한 건데 그때 그 이후로 경기가 잘 되어 어때요?
아무래도 다시 마치고 왔을 때는 숙소에 합류했을 때는 좀 제가 잘 못했어요. 근데 지금은 팀원 도움 받아서 많이 좀 늘었어요.
I didn't play so well when I first came back from the military, but after leaving the house and receiving help from my teammates, you know, I'm getting better. I'm good now.
Great. Well, what have you done to prepare for this tournament specifically?
이 대회를 위해서 그 특별히 준비한 게 있었나요? 특별히
따로 준비한 건 없었는데 이번 이드라 선수가 잘하는 선수니까 이제 팀원들하고 민철이 이제 부모님께서 연습 정보를 많이 도와주셔서 그것만 따로 준비했어요.
Well, IdrA's a great player, so I received a lot of help. I talked to my teammates, talked to MC, and they gave me a lot of information about him.
Do you feel like your play versus Zerg is generally very strong?
그 자기 저그전이 강하다 생각해요?
아니요, 이번에 운이 좋았어요. 못하는데 이번에 운이 좋았어요.
Not at all. I'm not very good, but I got lucky.
Well, you've won quite a bit of prize money already in this tournament. Is that something that you're excited about? Do you have any plans for the prize money?
지금 벌써 상금을 되게 많이 타셨는데 그 상금을 어떻게 쓸지 계획 있으세요?
일단은 이때까지 연습 많이 도와준 팀원들한테 한타 크게 쏘고 이제 부모님 위해서 이제 좀 이제 갚을 생각이.
Well, first I want to buy something nice for my teammates who helped me so much, and after that, I want to give my parents something nice too.
Give us a little bit of background about you. For those of us who might not be too familiar, we're all great fans now. We've watched your play and we enjoy watching you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
사실 그 사람들이 소연식 선수에 대해서 잘 모르거든요. 그래서 그 자기 소개를 좀 해주세요. 배경 정보나 뭐.
한번에
네, 그냥 선수 생활 어떻게 됐는지 아니면 뭐.
스타원에서
네.
이제 STX에서 이제 선수 활동하다가 군복무 마치고 이제 다시 스타2로 이제 시작을 했는데 이제 많은 응원 좀 부탁드립니다.
I was a C1 pro gamer for the team STX Seoul for a while. Then I went to the military, finished my service, came back to become a StarCraft 2 player. And you know, if you give me your support from now on, I'll be grateful.
Moving forward in the tournament, are you excited? Are you nervous? What are you thinking will happen next in this tournament for you?
이제 앞으로의 성적이나 그런 예측하자면
일단은 강한 이드라 선수를 꺾고 왔기 때문에 이제 안 부끄럽도록 꼭 우승하겠습니다.
Well, I beat a really good player in IdrA now, and you know, I need to make it worth it, so I'll try to do well after this.
Great. Well, congratulations. That was certainly an epic match. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon.